What's up, you guys? Hunter here. Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be talking about credit cards, especially credit cards for college students, and which ones are the best ones. There's really only two credit cards that I'm going to recommend because there's just so many choices out there, but of the ones I've done research for, these are the best. Now, if you are not currently in college, this still pertains to you if you're looking to get a new card or just an overall good card to have on tap. These two are great options. So let's dive into the video. So I'm currently a college senior, and my first credit card was actually one of these credit cards, and that's mainly why I'm going to be recommending it, is because it's been such a fantastic card, all these years that I've had it. And your first credit card, you always want it to be a credit card with zero annual fee, and that's because we're trying to build credit, and the longer you keep your first line of credit open, being your first credit card, the more your credit is going to grow and do well. So let's start talking about those credit cards. The first credit card I want to talk about is the Discover It. The Discover It offers a ton of awesome features. First off, you have zero annual fees, which is just fantastic right off the bat. You also get 5% cash back on rotating categories. And these are categories you're actually going to use. And they're every 3 months. So it's 4 times a year. You've got restaurants for one section. You have Amazon and Walmart and Target.com for another section. Then you have grocery stores, and then you have gas stations. And so these are categories you're going to be using, and then I just start using that card for those payments whenever it switches. Another great thing is that it has a referral program. So if you have any friends that are looking to get a credit card, you can refer them. They'll get $50, you get $50, and you can actually get up, I think, to $500 in a year, which is, that's free money that Discover's just handing out. Another thing I love about Discover is they have fantastic customer service. You might have seen one of their commercials where they're saying how good their customer service is, and that's actually true. I've had a few times where I've called just about some questions, or I wanted to raise my credit line, and they're so easy to deal with. I never had to wait long, which you might think is not that big of a deal until you have a problem and you actually have to talk to someone and reach out to customer service, and that's when the convenience and their way of operating really comes into play and makes a difference compared to other credit card companies that just don't have the same level of customer service. Probably the biggest highlight is that in your first year of having the credit card, Discover will match all of your cash back 100%. And so if you earn $200, in that first year, they're going to give you an extra $200 on top of that. And that's just amazing. You're practically earning 10% on those certain categories. Since it's 5%, they're doubling it, which is just fantastic. The only downside of the Discover It is those rotating categories. For some people, that might not be that appealing, but for a college student, it really works out, and they're in categories that are extremely useful. And we can talk about this maybe in another video, but when you have this rotating categories and you have other credit cards, you're able to cycle through credit cards and get the most cash back on every purchase you're making every day. Another downside is that you do have to activate these, so you have to remember to go on the app and activate each reward as it becomes eligible, which is kind of annoying, so don't forget to do that. And also for the grocery store, you don't earn 5% cash back at Walmart or Target, which is a bit disappointing. So if that's where you do a lot of your grocery shopping, just know that you're going to be earning 1% on those purchases instead of 5% during that period. And you do earn 1% cash back on all other purchases, so that is extremely nice. And then another great thing about the Discover card is that they offer a free credit score, a free FICO score. And so you can check your score right within the app, and it shows you a graph of how you've been moving, what sections are hurting you, what you need to do to improve, and that's just super helpful information. You don't have to download anything else. It just links that right up for you. The second card I'm going to recommend is the CapitalOne Quicksilver Cashback. The reason I'm recommending this one as a starting credit card is it's generally easy to get, and they might offer a larger credit line than the Discover It card, which is nice. And they do offer 1.5% cashback on all purchases. Now, when I signed up for CapitalOne, they did have a sign-up bonus, which was really nice. They might still be offering that. I know they do have a referral program, so I'll leave my link down in this description below. So if you sign up with that, you get money, I get money. It's a win-win. Another really nice thing about the CapitalOne credit card is its 0 annual fees. That's what we're always looking for when we're looking for our first credit cards. And then just a general thing about credit cards is they're going to offer more protection for you, the consumer, than a debit card, which is through your bank, or cash. Imagine, you get your cash stolen or misplaced. You're not going to be able to recover that, probably not at all, versus if you get your credit card stolen or lost, you can actually call them up, freeze the card. Any transactions that have happened, you can get those waived because it's the credit card's money and not yours that's being stolen, and so they're going to go out and fight for their money back. One disadvantage of the CapitalOne credit card is that there are no rotating fees, so the 1.5% cashback is mostly what you're going to be earning. And I'm not covering other cards that might offer, more points, a better sign-up bonus. And that's because most of those cards have annual fees, and for your first credit card, like I mentioned, you don't want a card with annual fees tacked on, because that's just going to hurt you over the long run, since you plan on keeping this card for a very, very long time. Some of you might ask, Hunter, why did you not cover the ARPs of these credit cards? That's important. I need to know how much interest is being charged. None of that should matter if you're paying your card off in full each month, and that is the most important thing about credit cards. You can't think that as soon as you get a credit card, and let's say your credit line is $1,000, you now were just given $1,000 extra dollars that you didn't have before. That's not true. That $1,000 is a loan with an extremely high interest rate, and that's how you have to think of it. So don't spend what you can't pay off. You're just borrowing money with an extremely high interest rate, and that's why, for me, it doesn't really matter what a credit card's ARP rate is, because I don't even want to think about that, because I'm always paying off my credit card in time, and that's never going to affect me. So that's a major rule when it comes to credit cards, is always pay them off in time, and that way you'll never get hit with interest, and you'll never run the risk of hurting your credit score. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you liked it, smash the like button, please subscribe, and go ahead and comment what was your first credit card, or what credit card are you thinking of getting now. And if you are in college, this is a great opportunity to get one of these cards and start building that credit. And the credit you build now is going to help you so much more in the future, because you're eventually going to need to apply for a home loan or an auto loan or anything like that, and that's when a good credit score comes in handy. Now, if you aren't a college student, go ahead and send this on over to someone who might find this useful. And that's it for now. Thanks, guys.